Hello, melted tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Lobotomy Corporation with all sorts of chat. So, hopefully you guys don't mind the chat overlay. I am always looking for feedback, so if any of you future tubers are grossly offended by the chat overlay on the left, you let me know and I can try to tweak it a little bit. I add it there so you guys can see what we're talking about, but, you know, if it's annoying, we can tweak it a little bit. It's all good. I try to be fair. Anyway, day 24. We've got a new quest, relatively simple quest. Don't stick around for too long, which is probably a good idea when you've got some of these Aleph monsters. We've already mostly researched what we need, so the goal for today will be to get this armor and maybe that weapon, but let's just try to get that armor for today. And we're pretty much done for the moment on the Army in Black. We can still obviously work it for more E-boxes or stat ups, but that's less priority at the moment, and the goal will be to get mountain equipment and to continue unlocking the melting love carefully, very carefully. On the plus side, we have better success rate, so that's good. That's good. And on the bad side, we know kind of some of the bad things it can do, of course, so you got to be careful. And we still don't have the actual active ability that would handle it, so we have to be careful for a couple more days. Always walk the Meatball Doggo, yeah. Wonder what happens if Meatball Doggo meets the cute Doggo. Wonder how that interaction plays out. In between episodes, otherwise, all we missed out is I gave Fella the super armor for now, and the super rifle specifically, and I think I moved around some very minor, like, you know, Robert's got his guns, and I think Thornum's over here to work on the wolf, and Turkey's over here to work on the Queen. So I trust that in between episodes, chat watches me do a little bit of micromanagement. For the most part, I try to keep that out of the episodes. So let's get going. Quest, research, finish. Alright, so some of you won't be familiar with the red shoes, so this is a new one. I'm not particularly concerned about it because we're already a pretty high level, but you know, don't take it for granted. You never know, a new thing might murder you. And we do have this cool looking little picture thing. I hope today is an easy day. Today is an easier day. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it will be easier than the last day. Also, we've got 6 cycles, but I don't think we'll get anywhere close to that due to, well, the breakout conditions for the mountain, basically, because getting on to day 6 or 7 is just not going to happen. Okay. 0408, yeah. Apparently Chad is worried about that one. So I'm going to start with the picture because it's not going to be very hard to practice on. We're going to use, let me think. I'm going to deliberately not use Fella. I'm planning on having Jelka or Rides work on the mountain today. So it could be either of them. It should be fine. You guys will see what happens. Maybe this will turn out poorly. Speed this up because we got to learn about the picture. So Jelka, notice the awesome puppy ears and outfit and blood claws, all that good stuff. Oh look! He looked at the portrait and now it's the same as him. So that's cool. The first employee to see the abnormality will have their image etched in the canvas. As time passes, we change. We may become disabled, lose our minds, be consumed by overwhelming violence, or to disappear, never to be seen again. And yeah, he's got a little bit of a effect and a cool little mask thing above him. So I noticed this right away the first time I played. I think I had less total employees, but Robert, you lucky dog. You got yourself a matching mask. Well, I think it's slightly different if you're paying close attention. Maybe slightly different colored eyes? If you'd stop talking to me, we might be able to see them. Oh, that looks the same. They're just linked in some manner, let's say. Anyway, we'll just let Jelka continue to research the picture. It is a portrait of another world. Again, I've got a little bit of meta knowledge here, so this is an easy one to have someone die on if you're new, but as long as you do what I'm doing, it's pretty safe. Relatively speaking. Robert and Jelka officially serious. I'll read all the information together once we've got it researched. Basically, this is a one-person kind of tool. Unlike some of our other tools that you can mix and match, do not mix and match the portrait. Oh, we need a couple more. We'll read that in a second. 2 more. Anyway, this is one of those ones that if you've already seen it before, it's real easy to work. If it's your first time, well, someone's gonna die. As usual for Lobotomy Corporation. Alright, you're done. You can go back to the base. So, let's see what we've got to say. All damage done to the employee etched in the portrait will be taken by another employee in the facility. However, the effect does not apply to damage that exceeds the maximum HP, blah blah blah. So they receive increased damage. Basically, Robert's going to take the hits for Jelka. Once the damaged employee dies, another employee will take their spot. If Robert dies, someone else gets it. If no employees remain, the original portrait dies. That would be really bad, because at that point, your entire base is dead, so that doesn't really matter. If the image of a new employee becomes etched, the previous employee is killed. This is what will tend to kill you, or killed me when I first got this thing, because I'd send one person in, I'm like, cool. Now, does that mean I send the matching person in? Like, in this case, do I send Robert to go look at it? No. Do not do that. You will kill your starting person. If the employee whose image is etched is killed by means other than normal damage, the portrait will return. So essentially, if I went to Jelka and shot him, I guess it would go back to normal. If that's good. Anyway, it's not that bad. In the grand scheme of things, it won't do much most of the time. But there are some situations where you can have someone else essentially soaking the damage for this guy. So if you could just barely survive working on an Aleph, like maybe this is not enough to survive, like, you know, maybe Jelka's stats aren't enough to survive here. Because Robert's in a regenerator, he is healing while you're working and he's taking the damage. So he might be able to stick it out a little bit longer. So there's a couple things like that. Or you could be fighting an escaped monster, and you can just keep an eye on his HP, and again, he gets to regenerate while you fight, and the person fighting doesn't have to run away kind of stuff. It's not the most useful tool, but that's kind of the main use for it. I guess one thing you could do if you want to really sort of help out is you'd give Robert some sort of other buff to keep him alive. I don't think I've got any good examples. I guess you could give him the heart. It gives him a little bit more HP. You know, you could give him that, or you could give him something with a regenerating buff. It is, yeah, totally Dorian Gray. You got it. You got it. That's how he stays alive forever. There's a couple artifacts or tools that would definitely be supportive to this combo. What would it be? There's something I can't remember what it is. Oh, it's one of the abnormalities. There's an abnormality that gives you a different token. Again, we haven't seen it yet, but it gives you pretty impressive HP SP regeneration. So you could have that buff and stay in a regenerator, and then the person doing the work would actually, like, I mean, I'm sure they could still be killed, but they would be fairly safe. So there's some cool tricks like that if we get the right abnormalities. So anyway, that's why I took the pictures, because there's some cool sort of bigger strategies for it. We might not use them, but it's nice to have it available. Meanwhile, we got some shoes, so let's go test out Jelka's connection here. We'll see how this works. Jelka, red shoes. Do we go with instinct because they're shoes that are red? Kind of have a feeling attachment's a bad idea. Never get too possessive of material objects, if I remember correctly, because they're very pretty shoes. I don't actually know for sure what the best option is, but red, go for it. Sometimes that's how it works. Honestly, instinct for shoes doesn't make a lot of sense. It's probably like insight or something. Alright, here we go. They are placed on a stuffed cushion, as if on display. 27th of March plus painting? Yeah, theoretically, if you didn't care about the entire base, you could put Robert in the safe room, and this guy would never die because you're immune to damage in that room. The rest of the base would explode, but yeah, sure. 2 people would live, I guess. Eventually, it just... Well, I mean, it's a good theory. I mean, I don't know if I want to test it, but that's a good theory. Alright, so we got these shoes here. So far, relatively good. Passing the neatly placed shoes. Jelka keeps watching. As if representing its long history, the heels are worn out. Unable to concentrate, Jelka stops working and looks at them. That's not a good idea. The shoes may not be a living organism, but its distinct atmosphere reminds those around it of a bloody past, like everything in this base. Alright, no big deal, we got a good, that's a nice way to start. Let's just go for some tips. Inside the shoes containment unit, employee has gone insane. They remembered their previous owner. Employees with temperance 2 or less should not be assigned. So it's really an early game trap. If you're at the late game with high stats, that's never going to get you. Unless you're really having a problem with everyone dying or something. Normal results. So normals are bad. If you get a normal, it might drop the clip off. So we got a good start with a good. When the work result was bad, clip off counter was reduced with a high probability. So normal, not great, bad, pretty bad. Keep at it. Oh, also, I forgot. So I'm going to send him back in. One of the convenient things here is you can keep working consistently because this person never takes any damage. But while you're in there, let's go watch Robert. Actually, let's do it like this. If we go like this. Okay. So from this screen, we can see Robert's HP, SP, and we'll be able to read the stats here. Read the dialogue. So theoretically, on a bad, Robert will take damage if this works. There you go. See, Robert took 12 damage. Took another 11 damage or so. Now, it does seem to boost it up a bit. Is the stream gone? Sorry, future tubers, we're going to have to put a break on. Something's wrong with my stream. Be right back. Hello. Welcome back, future tubers. Sorry for the disruption. YouTube decided to not work there for a second, but I believe we are good to go. So where were we? We were just learning about these shoes, and we got Jelka in there working on them, but meanwhile, Robert, I believe, is taking a little bit of damage and then healing up, so it's actually totally cool. That's fine. You know, in this situation, one thing I should test, actually, is because, you know, we just tested out last day, that the red shield doesn't protect you if you enter the room. But would it protect a linked person? So normally you can't use the shields inside the rooms. But if we do something like that on Robert, would that apply? I kind of think it might. So what we're going to do to test is we'll keep an eye on Robert's HP here. Because it should do red damage as far as I can tell, right? And I mean, if it does black damage, I used the wrong one. But if it does red damage, we'll see right here. And we just keep an eye on his HP there. If we see a black dot and his HP stays steady, then we know it worked. So let's see what happens. The red shoes with teeth. Shoes are not supposed to have teeth. I gotta see that. Okay, there's a dot. Yeah, look at that. We took bad dot. He took 0 damage. Robert should have taken 10 or 11 damage. And he wasn't getting healed. No damage detected. Still has his little shield. I don't know exactly how much damage that prevents, but that's pretty good. I like it. Let's see if we get another bad tick here, just for testing. I mean, okay, Jelka, you did a great job. You're not helping the testing, but you did do a good job, so I can't complain. Let's learn a little bit more about the shoes. Shields last about 100 damage or 30 seconds. That's fair. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Like I said earlier, I don't typically use the shields a whole lot. I prefer the execution bullets and the healing bullets once we get them, but, you know, we'll see. I suppose 100 damage is probably more than the healing bullets recharge, so that's kind of a different way to do it. I didn't read the last of the tips, though, so let's see. If the clip-off becomes 0, an employee with low temperance went inside and become enchanted. Kind of like the tree. After continuously attempting to converse with an employee who had been enchanted, the employee seemed to return to normal. Kinda like the tree, except I think it's just 1 rather than like 4 or 5. So it's kind of nice, you know. I think the results are worse than if you... Like, the tree just eats somebody. I think this one has worse results, but it might be a little bit easier to stop. Anyway, class. Class. And, so far, not bad. Gives you some mouth charm. I don't know. Actually, wait a second. That's not even very good. Success rate down, speed down, attack speed up. When the same weapon as this thing gives you is attached. That sounds kind of lame, but whatever. Alright, for now, we're just researching, so get back in there. Once we're done researching, then we'll move on to the typical Aleph practice. Flip-off counter's 1. I don't know what it starts at, so... I don't know if we've already dropped it a little bit. Some more messaging about the teethiness of the shoes. Robert still not taking damage as far as I can see. Oh, there. That time he took some damage. So, I assume the red shield wore off over time. And, yeah, eventually he took a little bit of damage. Cool. So, we don't really need to waste our bullets right now, but it's a nice little trick. That's a good way to maybe handle... Like, that even further... Like, I was already saying, like, getting the portrait and then working an Aleph tier with a regenerator on is a good idea. But not even that. If you know it does black damage and you've got the black shield, you can totally protect that employee by wasting... You know, you've only got limited rounds, but still, that's probably one of the safer ways. So, portrait, pretty cool. I like it. Alright, red shoes. We can get the escape info. So, it only has a clip-off of one way or the other. Fair enough. Also, yes, see you later, Hades. Good night. So we haven't actually failed yet. We want to get 12s or better. And I guess it's pretty good at luring employees in. But for now, let's just get this done. I always like to start my day off with the research. I think it's the smart play, rather than saving this at the end. Oh yeah, I'm not partnered on Twitch or anything. One day, maybe, if I consistently stream to Twitch and we get some good views over there. I haven't really thought about it much. I don't know exactly what Twitch's standards are for partnership these days, but I don't think it would be impossible for us to get it eventually. And then that way Bits or Amazon Prime accounts could be technically used on that as well. Not like it matters a whole lot. You've got to stream at least 8 hours a week and 50 followers. I think we have more than... We might have 50 followers already. I don't even know. I've definitely got 50 followers. I mean, I'm pretty awesome, clearly. So I just got to stream more, you're saying. Alright, well, we'll see what we can do. I'm going to try to be better, I promise. We got a good streak here. We're like 4 nights in a row. Thank you, fella. I appreciate it. For everyone out there watching along, I always feel a little weird when people gift money. So as awesome as it is, make sure you're not giving money that you can't afford. It's all good, but yeah, make sure you're cool with it first. No expectations here. It's all just extra. Alright, so we have the full information for the red shoes. It gives you this axe, which we'll see. I don't think it's very good. But we do get one more set of HE armor. Can we give you a sister? I already have a sister. I don't want any more. What are you... One's enough. Jeez. Yeah, the armor's okay. Not great for white, but one of the better HE red armors. And a little bit of black's okay. Not bad. This one, if I remember correctly, has a special ability, which kinda sucks. But, you know, stat-wise, it's okay. But we'll see. Actually, to be fair, I don't really like the short range very much. Very short is eh. At least it attacks quickly. The worst combo is very short and slow, which is almost useless. But, you know, maybe. So, I do have a lot of... I have not been very good about reading stories. I don't think I have yet read this story, or this story, or this story. So I'm way behind. Maybe we'll have a story episode at one point, but I don't know. Right now, I've just got so much work to do. Geesh. So we definitely want to get, how much is this going to cost? 50 points. We want to get that much at least. So I'll send you in one more time. And we'll just work on that in the background, basically. I don't think we have too much to worry about. You're getting very good success. Meanwhile, more importantly, we want some mountain armor. And, it doesn't really matter who we send in too much. Mountain story is really important. Okay, well, I will definitely try to get around to that. Maybe the end of the episode, or maybe what I'll do is like a little lore episode after the current recording. Because these episodes for YouTube are getting really long, and I don't want to waste too much of it, if I can help it. Oh, I should pick someone to get zoned out. Let's, am I just going to take a nap again? Eh, my stats are good. I don't need to train specifically. I'll take another nap with a Night of Despair. Just so that other people can use it safely. Oh, Punishing Bird, that was quick. Alright, Casco, this is your job, by the way, so get in there. It's a very important job. It's high profile. I love the sound effects. Alright, so the mountain should be safe, relatively speaking. We got rides working on that. We'll just keep working on the shoes with Jelka. Red did seem to be the right choice. I didn't really mention it. Oops, hold up. Pause. Okay, we're paused. Good. But yeah, if you have level 5 instinct, totally safe. If you're lower on insight, that would work as well, I suppose. And really low attachment. But remember, attachment at really low is bad. So that's kind of a trap. Hey, Demonic Furball. Welcome back. Yeah, YouTube died for a minute. And then now they should both be up. So it's pick your poison. But for a little moment there, YouTube had a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, so we got a meltdown. Don't forget. I'm easily distracted. Okay, we can ignore the tool meltdowns generally. What else we got? Another tool meltdown, and then the space spider. Sure, no big deal. Let's just give it to someone who's sort of training up their temperance. So Mdobri, there you go, easy peasy. The bird is still out there smacking. Just not giving up. Okay, good, you made it. The bird is just a jerk, I gotta say. You know, I don't need to be lazy here. I don't want to risk missing my, like, I don't want to risk the whole base by losing energy to dumb laziness. So there's no reason other than laziness to not stop that meltdown. It's a bit dangerous if you forget about it, but it's not very hard. Okay, so, probably one more of these. Jelka's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot to send people to the bottom floors, just for faster movement. Glad to hear you got it sorted out, Faith. You didn't really miss anything. We're just still getting started here. Alright. I'm going to save, again, same thing. We're going to sort of save the Melting Love till after we're most of the way full on energy, just in case things go bad. And until then, we're just going to train some of the easier stats. That was quick. Let's go... I mean, Fella's the safest. But we did find out that the other two are okay. And actually, like, Jelka here with his 0.4 is very safe. Well, wait. That's the wrong one. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong stat. Jelka is 0.7, which is still pretty good. Nothing to worry about there. To black. Do you think Robert's ready for this thing? Let's just look at his stats. Let's see if he'd live. It does black damage. You're 2 ranks too low on armor, but you're at 0.8. You know, if I'd given you the portrait, I would do it. But I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready for it. I'll give you the second girl though. You can go hang out with this one. She's not bad. Like, she's got some cool she's got a pretty cool dress. She's got some cool star space kind of dress. It's probably not very safe to have him working and the connection working at the same time. By the way, that's not the smart way to do things. He might have a little bit of a bad time here. We'll see. Just a little bit too much together. Well, she does... Actually, we're kind of lucky. She does white damage. So it you know, it wasn't double bad. But yeah, I mean, there you go. It's fine. Alright, what else are we going to work on? I mean, if we can trust Fella to get 24s, we could go in right now. I don't think we trust him. Oh, by the way, I think... Oh, we're 1 point short of the black armor. 1 point short. But we did get enough for the red armor, so we got one more. And we'll try to get some axes while we're working. Why not? Let's send... Send... Rides there, because it's less damage to Robert. And then... Rides can do this one. And then, meanwhile, we're at minus 8%. We're getting some minus percentages, but that's okay. So Robert had some fun with the girl. We'll let... Geez, these guys don't even really need the stats anymore. I should... I mean, I don't know. Toss up. I like sending people in who can at least gain something out of it, basically. So let's work the wolf a little bit up here, and some of the other guys. Some of these other teams, they need some practice, right? Let's get some stats up here while we're waiting. We are done with the pink heart for the moment. The goal will be to get the mountain armor and a start on the melted love. There are chances for rare drops, that's true. These things aren't bad. That was that a perfect? A perfect over here. We're doing real well on the shoes. And the mountain, still doing well. We still got a green. So 2 more jobs and then some robots attack. Let's do some upper levels. Turkey, definitely could use some sanity. And the robots don't scare me much, so I'm not super worried. Let's, you know what? It is kind of a standard. Casco should go see one sin at least once. The Prince of all Zayans, well, we'll see. We're gonna have probably some janitors die here unless I'm generous with my red shields, which, I mean, you know, I could, but... So you guys... I'm gonna go over here and kill this robot. These robots are pretty close. You guys got a nearby robot. Your robot's a little bit too far away. Is that your robot? 1 per department. Where's the training robot? There should be one here. Wonder if it's already like in between a doorway or something. Pretty sure I'm missing a couple. Where are they? Oh, there's one. Ah, there it is. Okay, you guys, or you at least go that way. So I could be trying to protect some employees. You know, I could do stuff like that. Trying to prevent the death counters from piling up. It's a lot of micro, though. I don't know about that. You guys are get there pretty quick. Just keep an eye on the number. It'll, you know, at least 5 janitors have died, but that's fine, right? Like, no big deal. This one, no one's going that way, so we should probably hurry this up. Let's do that. Look how protected my janitors are. Don't mind that pile. Those 3 are fine, though. That's what counts. Alright, so, at least 10 janitors died. And, you know... It's great. But, in the end, nothing broke free. The green ordeals are the worst for these aleph I've got. Okay, so we gotta be a little bit careful here. Let's think. I should probably let something loose to buff that up a little bit. Not that I want to have to deal with this guy escaping either. Unfortunately, there's no way to increase his clip off as far as I know. Should we let the Mothman out? That's probably not that bad. Yeah, let's just deal with the Mothman. It'll be easy. It'll only take 2 turns. It's probably the easiest one to get out. You just need a low, right? So... Even Drow, this will be fine. Punishing Bird, well that's not one we're going to suppress. But Casco, you know what time it is. It's Punishing Bird o'clock. That's fine, you'll be fine. You know what, I'm a generous manager. You won't even take any damage. Alright, so meanwhile, we dropped his clip-off counter with a neutral, which is a little bit fortunate, because I think it's only, like, average odds. And we'll try one more time with Drow. Mothman's just dumb. Do you actually need to take damage, or does the shield... Did Drow panic? Are you kidding me? Seriously, Drow? Where are you? This is not what I expected on Mothman. Where is he? I hate trying to find these employees once they panic. Ah, and over here. You're clearly not cut out for this job. Alright, well, you know, we got this guy with a cool Aleph sniper rifle, so we'll just go hunting for Drows. That'll be fine. The rest of the team can handle the Moth. I don't know why he panicked. He's got good stats. Oh. No. Wait. Oh, right here. Yeah, he's strong against white damage. Oh well, you never know. He's running for it though. Anyway, the Moth is no big deal. He's going fast. You guys taking your sweet time. All right, anyone with white weapons, let's just do this. It's no big deal. Anybody with a white weapon, head on up. Luckily, we've got a few white weapons these days. Fella didn't even follow him. He got lame. He got lazy. He's just... Oh, are you trying to free the spider? Seriously? Alright. This is how we heal people. You just poke them with your spear. Honestly, this is not that big a deal, even if it does get out, so... Drow, you're just not making things easy for us. Okay, Robert, you got the dual wielding. Just butterfly him. That'll be fine. He ran away already. Well, the fragment didn't last very long. Seriously, he's just gonna run around this whole base? Okay, seriously, guys. This is not okay. This one is not okay. Stop it. There. That would have been more trouble. But, did you notice, you know, in the end, Drow was just trying to help. Because we got +1 from the Moth. That brought it to 2. And then Drow just ran up here and let another easy monster out. So now we're up to 3. Thanks, Drow. It's all good. That was all on purpose, guys. Totally 100% planned. 100%. Alright, let's try not to die here as I... Oh, this game sometimes. I actually don't know why he panicked so easy. Like, let's double check his stats. That was Drow, right? He's got... Oh, yeah. So he is weak to white. He is weak to white. So that's my own mistake. I mean, I figured HE he'd be okay, but I guess I overestimated. I generally disrespect the HE monsters because, you know, disrespect. Okay, it's time for Melting Love and... Right. Bam, we got this armor, so awesome black armor. Start working towards our next Aleph weapon. We will send... Rides is going to go handle this. Fella, because for now, Fella's the only one with their safe armor. Time to go hang out with your girlfriend. And then we'll send our spares to work with the shoes to get the axe. We can ignore the heart. And we'll send someone... We don't have any, like, meltdowns, right? No. Just double checking here. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, the mountain armor... It's kind of neat, hey? It's kind of neat. We'll see if we get it today. Well, we did get it. We'll see if we can get the hammer. What am I saying here? Right. I got a little bit confused. Alright, we'll let that happen in the background. Let's keep an eye on the important ones. Alright, serious music, you can calm down. It's okay. We want to end by cycle 6. There's no way we're going to last that long anyway. Alright, so keep an eye on this clip-off counter. I gotta say, fella, this is not a great start for something that's... Wait, did I pick the wrong one? I think I meant to pick attachment. This is probably my fault. I mean, we get it okay, but that's gonna cause a... Yeah, I picked the wrong one. Or no, wait! I don't know what I was supposed to pick. I forget. Let's just pick them all and then we'll know. I mean, Instinct's not that bad. It's probably not as good as Insight. So, fella gets the friendship buff. I would prefer... Well, I would like him to get healed up before he goes back in. So, let's just keep an eye on things. I guess we can kind of do it like this. If there's an employee over there, when he, like, you know, we can try to keep him sort of separated a little bit here. These guys... You need to heal up before you go back to the mountains. So we're going to send a bit further away. Fella's going to hang out here. Maybe the door transition is safe. I don't see any slime. I mean, I'm getting tricky now. I don't know if any of this works. This is all getting to be an experiment. I'm trying to do some insane micro to keep him away from the janitors. Now, I just wish I had a gun. I guess if you know the timing on the little animation, you could probably... I think that's enough healing for now. Run. If you knew the timing on that, if you knew how often he did the thing, slime transfer was based on room, not... I thought it was the little animation thing, not adjacency. I mean, we can see if anybody else gets slime. Like, it doesn't... I mean, okay, I mean, the game can do whatever it wants, but it wouldn't make sense that someone up here would get the slime while he's way down here in the corner. That's a little bit weird. But then again, it is a weird game. Anyway, get back in your room. So, we lost one. We might only get one more safe work here. Let's see. So, high, common. So, Instinct's definitely not the best choice. Attachment or Insight are the way to go at the moment. I don't think it really matters. His stats are about the same either way, so... The people up top aren't technically in the same... Oh, so you're just talking about the bottom room. Okay. So, alright. So you're saying that if he's in this room, then anyone in this room technically has the chance to get it. Whereas if he was in this room, it would be just that level or just this level. Alright. I mean, that's fine. It's probably better to learn how this works. Alright, let's try to learn a little bit more about, or at least experiment a little bit more on this guy. We said rides, he's actually not healed up. That's the trick. Well, he'll be healed up by the time he gets here, certainly. I should you know, one thing I didn't do here is I'm working on the slime before I've got enough energy. I'm pushing my luck a little bit here. Let's speed this up. We're gonna send... Okay, Jelka's just gonna chill. We're gonna let Robert get us some quick energy boxes from the Love. And then Jarrell's gonna head over here and get some more energy boxes from that one. And the Big Bad Wolf... basically just sending people to the most profitable... We're gonna get a meltdown, but it'll be okay. I feel like I should get the energy quick. And that way, if things go bad, we can nope out. This is definitely the most dangerous thing at the moment. I mean... You know, janitors dying is a problem, but we can sort of control that. This one's much harder to control. Definitely more difficult. Alright, that's fine. We'll be okay. Shoes. Don't really want to send Jelka at this second. I wonder if Pixel can make it in time from up above. He's got pretty high justice. I think he can make it in time. He's got to walk all the way to get there, but maybe he'll make it. What's the worst that could happen, right? The Monster Hunter World Party's done. Well, Congrats. Did you kill all the things you needed to kill at least? Man, Monster Hunter World's such a good game. Hype for Iceborne. Whatever it's called. Ice World. Ice World makes more sense. We'll ignore that. Iceburn? Iceburn. Iceborne identity. Alright, so I gotta reset all the Alephs if we want to not have meltdowns. So we'll get enough energy, probably. And then we have to go back to each Aleph room if we want to continue at all. I've sent people to all the other relevant rooms, other than the thing that's a pain. I could send... Yeah, we're gonna do this. I want to hit my energy cap as quickly as we can. If, Casco here, if you lose some stats temporarily, it's not a big deal. I just have to remember to go check. And we'll just keep an eye on things. We're doing a lot of stuff all at the same time. This is where people die because we've got too much going on. I should have sent my... Oh, right. I can't work. Right. I was going to say I would have been closer, but... I think Pixel will make it. Okay, we got spiders. Someone can go work this queen while we're at it. More points if I need them. This is looking... Oh, that's right. I was supposed to pick Insight because if you get a good score, it protects you from slime transfer. That was the reason we went with Insight. I forgot. My bad. Alright, fella, you're going to stay in that little baby room because there's less people. Just doing a quick scan for slime. I think we're okay at the moment. And, this is fine. Or no, we have to do this one again because it's just on pause. Pixel's going to make it. That'll be fine. And, you're still not... Actually, let's just do this while we're here. Walk in and... Good enough. Whether you gained or lose stats, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so, fella... Keeping an eye on his area. We're going to send him back in one more time. He should be fine. He's got enough HP. And actually, bonus points. We got a good result, so we didn't even lose the clip-off counter. That's what I was worried about. We have enough points. We can escape if we need to. Get in there, fella. I wish I had the healing bullet. This would be a perfect opportunity for the healing bullet. But I don't have it, so. Keep an eye on slimes. You're going to make it, Pixel. You're going to make it. We're fine. We're under control. Twitch thinks we should give up again. Twitch has no faith in me. Bird escaped, whatever. Casco. Actually, you're kind of out of... Are you back? We'll send someone that I know has health to go deal with the bird. Fine. Alright, the upper room is covered. Everybody's resolved up there. We probably want to stop that. We did make it to the shoes in time. Rides is going to stay down here. Looking for cool new pink beards. Nobody has cool pink beards yet. Let's go stop this meltdown with... Oh no, wait, Rides is going to have to wait a little bit longer, but we should be okay. This one's not too bad at this kind of level. So we'll send Robert in again, just to keep it happy. Also, you know, it's nice to have some spare points. If the person wearing them dies, then, you know, you got to rebuy the armor, so... It's good, good, good. Bird will be handled by Mia today. And I think we'll be okay. We will end the day soon, don't worry. But I'm going to try to milk these two a little bit more. Anytime you want to get healed up, Rides. Not quite full health. It's pretty important we don't go in with not full health right now. Let's just say that things would get a bit spicy if we try to go in a little too early here. I think we got enough time, though. There we go. Max HP. Just waiting for this thing to fill up, basically. Are you going to get a 24, fella? Optimally, you'll get a 24, and then I can chill a little bit. It's looking like you might not quite make it, maybe. Come on, one more? Yes, fella! Now, because you got a neutral, 25 would have been perfect, I guess. Because then I could go again. So we can't really... Well, we could work her again, to be fair. And I mean, I would love to... I should have done that first. Because then we would have had 2%. That might have been the 25. Anyway, now we can see her armor. It's almost as good as black armor as the mountain's armor, and it's also really good red, so pretty solid. And you get a purse, I guess. Is this what you want, a purse? It's a lot of black damage for long-range slow attack. I don't know how good that is, but at least it's Aleph, you know. Aleph is better than nothing. Slimy purse. So, because he got a 24, on one hand, he can't infect employees for the next 30 seconds, right? Unless this is lying to me. Where did it say that? Right? If you do Insight and get 24, slime won't catch on for 30 seconds. Totally safe. If you get less than 24, bad things happen. How much do we want to gamble? We always want to gamble. That's the truth. I'm a gambling Ankylo. 4 to 10 black damage. Let's try to get 1 or 2 ticks of healing. He's safe for 30 seconds. I should have sent him back here immediately. One more of those, and then we'll be done. And I would prefer it if you stayed close to this door. Keep an eye on the time. There we go. So he just got his heal. That's enough. One more time. This is the last chance. This is the last action for the day. I promise. I promise! The last time. He'll be fine. We're not going to get a bad... It's very low odds of getting a bad on the mountain. So, you know, that Rides is doing fine there. And that puts us almost halfway to the hammer. Froze again. Well, I don't know if you can hear me, but someone tell him to refresh. There you go. Twitch has got it covered. Alright, we'll just keep an eye on Fella. This is going to be the last action for the day. Because we're going to want to end it. But this is looking good. This is looking good. I don't see anybody infected. That doesn't mean they're not out there. But I don't think we infected anybody. It's a very big facility. This is probably a bad room for it, honestly. It'd probably be better if you had Melting Love off in the corner somewhere. But whatever. This is like a very busy thoroughfare. Alright, you didn't get a great success. So that's what happens when you get a neutral and it goes down to 0. I heard some splorsh. So technically, at this exact second, Fella is dead. I'm sorry, Fella, you dead. The gambling went too far. What a shame. What a shame. But we got all those PE boxes. The big problem is I lost the armor. That's 300 PE boxes we just lost. Ah, well. Been nice knowing you, fella. You're gone. You get 0 lobotomy points. That's fine. It's all about the learning process. So, the learning process is, once the Melting Love is down to 1, you can't send Fella in there anymore. Well, not Fella specifically. It's alright. It's my own fault. I probably wouldn't gamble as bad if I wasn't streaming. But now Fella will forevermore be known as Slimer. Because he turned into a slime monster. You guys didn't get to really see it, but he totally got slimed. The human mind is a melting pot of slime. Memory, obsession, wish, all the things he dreamed of. Strong emotions also mean strong energy. Thank you for the energy, fella. The combined effort of numerous people brought the Lobotomy Corporation to where it is now. We had to keep on. We had to keep on with the experiments. Channel your inner Angela, fella. Like we are hiring new employees now. We recruited lots of people for the experiments. I mean, she's basically backing me up. There was not even a definite shape at first. Or at last. And then it slowly assumed a form. And A finally, I think she's talking about something slightly different than what I'm talking about, but it's fine. Hey Thomas, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the kind words. Something. Strengths don't really important. What we required was a massive amount of energy. Energy first. Which meant we didn't have to pay attention to your employees' lives. I feel like I definitely am, Angela and I have a strong connection today. Negative thoughts are always floating in the back of your head. That's the Twitch chat that's telling me to stop. Rotting and twisting your mind until you are left with nothing but self-loathing. Ooh, Twitch chat. Taking the blows tonight. Come to think of it, I didn't properly ask your question, your opinion. Do you truly wish to meet A? I mean, at this point, I don't know. I mean, sure. I mean, we said we would probably, I think, earlier, or we were interested. He gave us a letter, right? Remember he gave us that cool letter? There you go. Alright. I will tell A your thoughts when he returns. But don't expect him to greet you warmly. A is a person who conceals his mind. Perhaps even more than I. Manager, what do Sapphires look like to you? Anime waifus is the correct answer, everybody? Yeah. I mean, the truth is, you must see them as humans, just like yourself. But we already know she has a perception filter, remember? Like, I'm not spoiling it yet. Just for those of you that are totally fresh to the series, remember back, how long ago was it? It was quite a few episodes ago. We saw a hallway with blood and corpses everywhere. And Angela talked about our perception filter that stops us from seeing the truth. And abnormalities look like teddy bears and dead people look like dolls or, you know, whatever nonsense. So, let's continue that line of thought. Smiling, irritated, showing various expressions. More human than myself. But are you aware? If there's any AI sophisticated enough to be considered as a human, it's only me. She always says that. She's just the only one that's really human, probably. Didn't I tell you from the beginning? I'm the one and only superb AI here. She smiles. I wish I had the lie detector. I wish I had that lie detector. Everything you see is distorted. Everything here is constructed for you. That's actually kind of an interesting way to think about it. She just said that this entire corporation is constructed for us. Can you guess who we are yet? She's getting a bit more blatant as time goes on. Oh, hey, Tipperith and Tipperith. It's Tipperith, who you've already met. They don't look quite so anime. I mean, a different kind of anime. More near Automata, actually. Are you guys Tipperith? I mean, you see you've got a lovely name tag. What kind of stupid question is that? Who do you think it is? That expression never bores me. I don't know which one's talking, to be honest. They're just always the annoying one. And I will tell you the truth. This is where it gets boring. But your stupid expression saved the day. You think I'm the only one? Every Sapphira looks like me. Thanks to that stupid AI Ethics Improvement Act. I never heard of that before. And this is where we were born and where we shall return someday. So this is line 07. You're looking in the background. And, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of a room with lots of machinery. Perhaps when everything is done, we will rest here singing a song of our people. Timing was a little bit off. Also, robots don't usually bleed. I'm just familiar with robots a little bit, but I hope you will last longer. So that's Tipperith B, or whatever you want to call it. And, doesn't look like a robot. I mean, we just learned that there are mechanical robots, and then not so much. Well then, Tipperith, I will send the next one whenever he's ready. Thank you, Angela. I forget what I was doing the voice for Malkuth. Been a long time since we've seen Malkuth. So this is where everyone was at. Took me long enough to find you. What's happening, Malkuth? Well, Netzak asked me to fetch some documents from Tipperith. Oh, it's not ready yet. Something urgent turned up. And tell Netzak that he should show up next time himself. Well, Netzak seemed busy. I'll tell you to visit another time. Why are you upper guys all the same? Netzak is not even busy. He just doesn't want to move. Well, I'm having fun. Well, you're replacing Tipperith now. The cycle's getting shorter. Doesn't it worry you, Tipperith? Don't worry about me. Just mind your notebook. It would be torn apart soon by the look of it. It's got a little dash in it. Oh, it is. Thanks for the concern. It was a pleasure to meet you, manager. Pleasure to meet you again. For the however manyth time this is. Perception filter restored. Hi, I'm Tipperith. You can skip the introductions, Tipperith. Now it's time for you to examine the document Netzak gave us. Alright. So... questions? Yeah, what happens to Tipperith now? My hunch is... it got smashed because it was saying something it wasn't supposed to say. So let's not go down that line and just say, well, what happens next? Yeah. What do you mean, what happens now? Are you talking about the replaced machine? There could be new errors if it's not completely destroyed. That will put me in a very difficult position. While I am in charge of the central team, but you or me... told you I need more than 2 of me around, like, I don't know, translation sometimes, weird Japanese, Korean anime, who knows. Alright, so, another quest. Tipperith is not in good shape. Clear the containment room without containment room's occurrence of clip-off meltdown. So I believe this is... don't let any of the meltdowns happen. Like, once you get the red square, you prevent them all, basically, for the entire day. Easy. It's not too bad. The most annoying ones will be... probably some of the tools. If we get hit on a... what have I got? Like the ego weapon tool thing, we might lose a weapon if that gets a meltdown. Most of the other ones aren't so bad, though. Yeah, I know. We're going to get all the core suppression dialogues. That's why we didn't read any character stories. Wait, Elijah? We don't know any Elijahs. Hello. I'm busy, but I still haven't finished even half of what's written on this notebook. I heard extraction experiments would be conducted. I saw the list of participants, but I was not able to find my name. Well, I mean, there's probably tons of reasons behind it. Maybe I'm not good enough for the experiment yet. I mean, she might have a notebook. But may I join the experiment as well? Get some happy music. I learned a lot here. I'm very sure I can help in some way. I won't disappoint you. Hello, manager. Oh, look, it's Malkuth. It's a totally different person, robot AI. With a totally... she's got an M, see? The M is definitely not a sideways E. Definitely not a sideways E. It's sad not having enough talent, isn't it? If someone doesn't look back, what does that mean? Does... I don't know. Someone doesn't acknowledge you. Or care about you at all. No need to analyze your action. A conclusion was already made. Did you ever scrape the floor right? No. It sounds very painful. But actually, you feel nothing even when you lose your fingernails. She's kind of crazy. I think she's losing it. You stare at our lost fingernails, and just before you lose consciousness, when you feel you are not yourself anymore, then you start to laugh really hard. Yeah, that totally happens all the time. Even though it's not funny at all. And on the ground, someone's shadow is looking down, and the feet were seen. Whose feet were those? A's. Or Angela's. Probably Angela's. She'd be watching you. She's always watching you. When the person finally turns around, everything was over. Did you see the fragments of despair from there? Or were you staring at your fingernails on the floor? No. We don't have anything in common. That is the exact moment I felt helplessness. She's so happy with her helplessness. Without you, I would never have known the feeling. Thank you. Then what about you, manager? Have you ever felt helplessness of not being able to control anything? Nah, I'm 100% in control. When uncontrollable things rain down, that moment of helplessness, yeah, it's awful. Just awful. This is going to be a very long chat, I can see. Please tell me so. I can feel rewarded a bit. And now it's A speaking. We need, like, the narrator now. Elijah was impatient. Her impatience caused common mistakes. She once went on a long, winding explanation of why she needed to finish the experiments, but she didn't remember. Whenever she says she is not authorized, I could see the strong desire in her eyes. She was obsessed, craving it. The sound of her footsteps may make others turn around. Cogito, another name we've never heard of, was something that was not accessible with her authority. Now, I think we've seen something that uses that word in one of the loading screens, but I don't really know what it is yet. The only thing she could do was to record the change of her subjects. She knew that Cogito was not ready for the humans. When I realized what was going on, half of her teeth were gone. I don't know why. And, kill me! Kill me! So something bad happened. And she lost her teeth somehow. And we're going to ignore her. Manifestation of Klippa by disruption of Sephira. I know some of these words. Sephira core suppression required. Alright, 1 out of 3. This is what happens when you do all the quests early. Alright, settle in. Take a drink of water. Next one. So, are you discovering the scars carved here? Manager, there's something I didn't tell you. There's something. There's many things I didn't tell you when we first met. The Saphiras definitely wanted to meet you. They admired you and followed you. But at the same time, they wanted you to be swallowed up in the resentment and curses. There, maybe? Probably. So please be careful. To be honest, you don't have to pay much attention to it. All I'm saying is you can go back to your normal daily routine. It's no big deal for me to cover empty spots if the Saphira go mad. So Malkuth has officially gone mad. We could ignore it, but then we'll never get the good ending. But then you will lose it. Exactly. You'll never get the good ending. The seed that can sever the ties. Alright. Round 2, go. Isad. I can't differentiate between Malkuth and Hod. They're just the same. They both have brown hair. One has brown eyes, one has green eyes. I don't know. She's kind of the ditz, though. Isad, you feeling this? Try drinking some Enkafal and aspirin. Close your eyes and open them again. I'm glad you're not as weak as the other Saphira. It's important to keep a clear head in any situation. Gabriel, why are you scratching yourself? Seeing as we've met again, you must have completed your task, manager. I'd give you a compliment if I didn't have so much work to do. Yeah, I'm Ythad. I hate this guy. The information team has work they must do on specific periods. You must have realized there are some blanks on the abnormality records. Among the tremendous amount of information we gather, there are some that are off limits to employees for security reasons. The names of the employees are one of the important in something that you're not going to see. All traces of them, what happens to them, their gruesome deaths, and their desperate will to live is stripped from the records under the pretext of expunging information. So we had like a slime person. Apparently someone died of slime destruction yesterday, but their personal information's gone, so I don't even know who it was. And I do not know what the criteria are for stripping the records. That's decided by the other departments, not us. We only manipulate the information we receive per orders. Isn't it funny? I'm laughing. What do we do? What we do is destroy or manipulate information. But somehow, we're still the information team. I don't know, you saying some names, Rides, I don't understand. The information got deleted. Whenever I am introduced as survivor of the information team, I feel something bubbling up inside me. Yasad, did you receive the documents to expunge? There you go, Rides, you got it. You will get the employee list soon as well. Don't forget to review it after you expunge the documents. Angela, what do you think it means to remember someone's name? Why are you so emotional there, Mr. Robot? Maybe names are like marks for atypical existences to distinguish that he's getting philosophical. Someone might have named you Angela having the same thought. Don't question the superior AI or you'll get squashed. Look, we saw what happened to Tipperith number 2, squashed into meat, and honestly, maybe just, yeah, keep pushing her buttons. Yasad, if you're too tired, take a break. Forever. Now, I knew you would say that, because I'm Yasad. I'm the information team captain. Calling employees with their names is not recommended here. When employees enter the company, each one receives their own ID number. This is to allow the company to identify the minimum necessary information. We have their numbers in our data storage device. Malkuth did not call employees by their names from the beginning. Maybe she is the most ideal Sapphira among us. And I'm not saying that it is appropriate for Malkuth to take all the pain as well. None of us do. What kind of bad taste is that, to lock us in the metal body and make us repeat our days endlessly? I'm talking to you. What's with that blank expression, chat? And I heard you might be one of our designers. The only thing I could do is remember a few names, even though I'm a robot with a database and can store millions of bits of information. I deleted it, so I don't know them anymore. Feeling sick of even a single breath of air. Are you having fun watching your guinea pigs? See, I told you, the inside's been rotting a long time.
Gabriel was more rational than anyone else. He was unmoved even after listening to what happened to Elijah. Some say he lacks empathy, but no one knew he was festering in the inside. Maybe it started happening long ago, since Carmen something in the world, I don't know. Look, the translation's not 100%, guys. He slowly became expressionless. He did not allow himself even paltry joys. He also could not stand even having a small part of his body being exposed.
There's a lot of new names, hey, Rides? The story's getting crazy.
It's great. We made a monster that was not supposed to exist in this world. We came too far to go back.
Carmen San Diego, good call. Good call, Casco.
To not let what Elijah did go in vain. Instead of taking time to grieve, everyone knew they needed to utilize his result to the fullest. He tried to remain level-headed, but his attempts became an obsession. He started to wear long-sleeved shirts and a dumb turtleneck. Not much later, he started to scratch himself harshly. We suggested he receive a checkup to see whether he was contaminated by the slime monster or infected, but he refused.
We wouldn't want this to happen to Censored.
Health checkups were needed to prevent further damage. Persuasion became compulsion, and compulsion led to the use of physical force. He was tied up for the checkup, but resisted so violently that it was hard for us to watch him. Eventually, it turned out he wasn't even infected at all. But was that really so fortunate? No, it wasn't. He didn't get better, he kept scratching himself so badly, and even worse. When I saw him last, he was not cognizant to what anyone said, and his body was covered in scratches.
Of all the things that could happen in this place, that's not even that bad.
No one has seen him since.
Ah, another Clippa manifestation. I guess you saw it has also gone mad. What's a Clippa? I don't know. But we definitely manifested some Clippa. At least 2 of them. Alright. I mean, losing all your teeth and wanting to die is probably worse than thinking you should scratch yourself. I don't know. Who knows? It's a mystery. But someone did get turned into a slime monster yesterday, and that was pretty gross, too. Alright, number 3. We can do this, guys. Hang in there. Hang in there, guys. That is hard. A very common side effect when you first take aspirins. It's like a light hallucination. It will disappear after 2 or 3 times. Don't worry about it. For me, an employee whose face had half melted crawled to me and shook me, asking why I let her die. That was not a hallucination. Then what? Are you saying that dead employees are coming back to life with slime bodies to talk to us from chat? Unbelievable things can happen, so maybe it's possible for dead employees to visit. It's not for me to say. You don't look so good. Why don't you skip the meeting today? Take it easy. Don't do your tie up so tight. Let your hair down. No, I can't. We have abnormality management training today. They need me. You're really something. I don't think there's another survivor who cares about your employees like you. Right! Look, Tiffany, I was right. I'm a good person. A good Sapphira. Just keep telling yourself that. Hello, employees. Today we are... Are you still playing the good Sapphira? We will be performing abnormality management training today. How many times do I have to tell you? You're only a piece of scrap putting on the good person act. I want everyone to focus here. The abnormalities appearing today should be handled a little differently from normal abnormalities. If you hoped that would ease your conscience, that's very selfish. From now on, I will explain the message I devised. Listen carefully. At least the other Sapphira admit that they're not perfect. Quiet! Employees? Oh, sorry, where were we?
But I have a question.
Yeah, what is it?
Do you think the training makes any difference? Against the long bird, it seems that those who will die and are going to die, and those who will live. It doesn't even matter. Some of us get turned to slime.
It's better than doing nothing. At least we can prepare, rather than waiting helplessly to die.
Well, I think it's just luck. We feel more comfortable to just prepare for death, accepting that we will die at any point in our life. Like someone whose name has been redacted the other day. Apparently, the slime containment did not last. Just know this. You can't go to paradise no matter what you do. I'm doing this for all of you. Even the counseling campaign. Now that you mention it, and compulsory counseling is too much. I would rather rest instead. Why is our department the only one that has to do it? It will keep repeating itself. Live with your internal sorrow and remorse in that metal scrap.
All of you would be dead by now if I didn't help you. Why aren't you thanking me? She's getting very angry. Do you want me to get rid of you like Malkuth, even before you complain? We did see, like, on day 1. I mean, someone wanted to retire, I guess. Don't tell me that I'm the bad one here. Are you finally admitting your awful nature? Tiffany, why are you doing this? Well, actually, I'm not Tiffany. Look at me. And look at me! Can you not distinguish your own voices? Alright, the schizophrenia is setting in. Yeah, we're still having the nightmare. Great. Back to A.
I read Michelle's suicidal article when our experiment was showing some progress. Michelle was the youngest of us, timid and innocent. It made her an easy target. Maybe it was her fate to become a spy and alert the wing. You didn't know it would happen. You never thought you would end us. You would never have believed the situation could become even worse. You probably thought you did what you could, that in this world there weren't any other options. But Carmen was the person who was trying to change the world you gave up to change. If we meet again in hell, will I forgive you?
I mean, I've been going with option number 2 typically because it's clearly the best option. Alright, the clip is back. We got 3 clippers. We got a lot of information to digest there. That's a lot of plot getting dumped all at once, I gotta say. And, no options here. Oh look, Tipriths are back. So, we gotta end the episode for the future tubers here pretty quick. But, just to end on a note here... it does look... Oh, there's some tutorial. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. This is no big deal. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, we've got a last shield. Cool, whatever. Story time. Essentially, the main lesson here is... Well, we're going to have to worry... We're going to talk about Sapphira cores next time. But it looks like the Saphiras, the AIs that are, as we learned, robots with goo in them, let's say, blood and stuff, maybe have a human origin, perhaps. And if you guys remember, somewhere in here, there was some talk about some of this stuff. I still don't know exactly who this all refers to, but there was definitely some talk about reconstructing a dead person in a machine. So, you know, maybe that's what's going on of some sort. And there's definitely some cyclical over and over kind of pattern of some sort that's maybe would explain this to you. Anyway, we'll get there eventually, I'm sure, but for now it's still pretty mysterious. For those of you in the future, thanks for watching. I'm sure it was a long episode. I promise one of these days we're going to read some stories. Maybe I'll put a little mini episode in next, and I will see you for that next time. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.